Perfect blend of jams, sports, and information at home, at work, at play. Synergy, where it all comes together.
Well, hey, Houston, this is Oscar Hines, and I have an amazing treat for you today. We are here with some up-and-coming music artists, and I am so excited to have in the house, and I'm going to introduce them starting from my very, very left here. This is Mr. Fresh Zoe from The Freshman, followed by Lima, who's in the house, rapper, Delight, right? All right, Fresh Zoe. And so we got Fresh Zoe, we got Lima, and we have Miss Ikandi over here. Well, hey. And then right at the base here is the manager, Mr. Shaquille. How are you, sir?
Doing good, doing good.
Man, it is a pleasure to have this talent here in Houston with us. So I want to learn a little bit about you guys. I want to find out what you do and how you're doing it, what cities you're from. So why don't we lead off here? Let's start with you, Fresh Zoe. Where are you from?
I'm from Haiti.
From
You
Haiti?
see my flag, representing everywhere I go. Now, from Haiti to Massachusetts, and that's where we established this, freshman entertainment.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're in Massachusetts now. So you're down here in Houston, right? This it's nice and warm down here. We left that snow back in Massachusetts for a minute, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. It's actually snowing right now. Somebody told me so. Yeah.
Oh man, tell those folks it's 75 degrees here. and how about you, Lima? Where do you hail from?
Originally, I'm from Cape Verde, but I came here when I was 7 years old, to make things happen because I'm from a continent where there's not a lot to offer. And here I could work with a whole lot of tools. So I use them to my advantage. So I'm learning basically.
Outstanding. And Miss Ikandi.
Yes.
Where do you hail from and what do you do?
I'm Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria, moved to England, moved to New York, moved to Corpus, moved to Maine, moved back to Corpus. I'm about to be moving to California soon. So I've been around, and no, my parents are not in the military. we just been around.
Nice. Wow, so we have an international cast here. We've got all all different continents represented, islands. I love this. All right, so tell me, first of all, let me go back over here to my brother Fresh Zoe. What kind of music do you and Lima, you all rap together, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so talk to me about your music style, what inspires you, how you connect to your audience.
I mean, like he told you, we do trap music. It's everything that's going on, everything that we've been through. So we just put it together and create a story. Mm-hmm. And I got my side and he got his side of the story. So we put them together and then we make hits.
I like that.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you talk about your story, what are some of the more poignant things that has resonated with you? Either one of you can answer this. In other words, what really moves you? What inspired you? And what message are you getting to your audience?
Honestly, this is really not a message because it's just trap music, so you're going by the feel. Yeah. And growing up, I like that, like I like all that energy, aura that comes into it, the drugs, the money, all of that. I like that, And then where I'm coming from, Brockton, where I reside, that's all you got everywhere, that's it, nothing else. So I'd rather tell the story of what makes sense to, where I'm from. Because if I go and I try and write something into a beat and it doesn't make sense, I wouldn't be able to flow to it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And
right.
this makes sense to my life, so it's a lot easier to just grab it and put it into the beat, listen to what the beat is trying to tell me, and incorporate it into my life already and make it happen.
I'm hearing that because I'm an author of a book, and they say write what you know, write what you've lived, right? So let me ask you, Ikandi, talk to me about your inspiration and your music style. What do you do?
Well, I rap, and I like to. Right now, I'm working on my flow since Freshman says I need to work on my flow, so I'm working on that right now. But
glad you listen.
I just, but I love rap, and I've been really doing music since I was about 13 years old. I started off in the church choir. I was in the school choir in both middle school and high school, and when I was probably about 19 or 20, I hooked up with Little Flip. We did a song together, and that's what kind of jump-started my career. I've worked with Cali Swag District. I've, worked on some projects with Ray J, Travis Porter. There's other people, and if I don't name them, I'm sorry, but, shout out to you guys for really giving me that opportunity, and I got a lot of buzz from it. Actually, Foreign Music reached out to me in 2013, but I was starting pharmacy school at the time, so they interviewed me, but I couldn't sign with them, and I was really upset about it. But, as God works, I guess it was meant to be, because here I am now. Yes. I'm, actually signed to labels. So.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. Sometimes when one door closes, right, another one opens. Yeah. So you guys have started hitting some of the major hot points here in Houston, because I understand that you took a visit to Bach Entertainment, Bach Beat Entertainment, and some of the luminaries in this business, like T. Wayne and Drake and Big Sean and Just Brittany. I mean, all of those guys go through Bach Beat Entertainment when they come. So Shaquille, you've been working with these guys. You're starting to help develop and build their career. What's your inspiration for them? What do you see? What's your vision for these guys and their talent?
Well, honestly, it first starts off as to what they see, because at the end of the day, we want to go ahead and try to make their dream successful, try to make it where they could actually reach it. And I think a lot of times there's different managers in the industry that don't really worry about their artists. They don't want to go ahead and go bring them all the way, but they're worried about themselves and just having the artist, just been thrown away. And so that's very sad to me. That's how the industry is. But a lot of times people don't notice how it actually works until you're actually doing it. And so, honestly, the way I look at it for them, I want them to go ahead and reach their dreams to the full potential. And whatever it takes to get there, it'll be hard work, of course, but through thick and thin, God will go ahead and let us have it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, folks, you are listening to the Synergy Radio Network here on Synergy Radio, and we are talking to entertainers that are up and coming in this industry. We're representing Massachusetts. We're representing different parts of the country. Now, let me ask you guys, because there's a lot of artists that are trying to break into the industry. There's a lot of folks that are trying to find their space. You guys, and Shaquille brought this up, you have to have drive, you have to have focus to be able to make it in this industry. Yeah. Talk to me about some of the challenges that you guys have faced so far and how you've overcome them. How about you guys start us out, freshman?
With promotion, because now you got all these different platforms. You got YouTube, you got Spotify, you got all this. So that opens doors for a whole lot of new artists. So you can't see everybody all at once. So then you're going to have somebody backing that up also. So that's one of the things we're trying to tackle, because we want the whole world to see what we got in store. But obviously, not everybody's going to be able to see it. So that's one of the challenges we're working with, is just the promotion-wise, to try and see if we could get a better promotion team, to help us out.
Yes. Now, you started out in Haiti, right?
Yes.
So Haiti's a tough place to come up, man, because there's a lot going on over there, a lot of challenges economically. Talk to me about your fight. Talk to me about how you push through it.
I mean, yeah, that's what pushes me to be doing what I'm doing right now. Coming from where I'm from, and
talk right in there. Go ahead.
Coming from where I'm from, and everything is hard, and I'm trying to do better so I can be the the one to come with a change for my people. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what motivates me to be something.
Yeah. Who inspires you? Who motivates you? Who do you look up to as an idol to aspire towards?
I mean, I would say 50 Cent, because that's how I started really feeling music, is when I started, listening to 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
And and then after that, and the Migos come out, and then there was, it was just like a switch, because them people, they got different flows, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what really get into me to be like, yeah, I can rap.
Okay.
And then I'm here now.
That's cool. So
I think that
go ahead, Ikandi.
I think that's something else, I guess, kind of tying in with promotion too, just networking. Lack of networking is also a problem. I've met people who don't like to network, or they don't know how to network, anytime I go to events and things like that, I always make sure, like, what's your number, what's your Instagram, what's this, you know, and that's how I build my following. I have, you know, almost 50,000 followers right now, like on Instagram. Like, you have to network and you build relationships with people, and sometimes people I've met at different events have linked me up. That's how I got started with Little Flip. You know, I linked up with a model, and I don't know where I would be today if it wasn't for that opportunity. So I think networking is very, very important, and people, even if it's scary to walk up to people, like, you need to do it if this is the kind of industry that you want to be part of.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So with your message and your rap, Ikandi, what's your message? You do trap music also?
Oh, no, I leave that to freshmen.
You leave it to these
I leave
hardcore brothers. All
leave
right.
that to them. No, I like, first of all, I'm a very open person, so I like to step outside of the box. I don't always like to be, you know, glued in one box. But I do a lot of I would say that a lot of the music that I have really speaks out to people. I like to do music that really talks about what happens in my life, but I also like to do, like, party music as well, just things that people can vibe to, and things that people probably would find interesting. So if it's about money, I don't talk about the drugs and all that, but but if it's, you know, just things that I know that people can relate to, that's what I like to do. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of music I like to do.
So let me throw this out there to you brothers, and I want to get your honest take on this, right? And don't spare my feelings, because I'm good, right?
All right.
So some people say that when we talk about, like, for an example, back in my day, they talked about gangster rap.
Okay.
Now trap music, right? That it glorifies violence, it glorifies drugs, it demeans women. What say you to that?
I mean,
Go ahead.
Oh, they both fighting for the mic on this one.
You know, regardless, you know, if he represents me, you know, it's the same thing. I represent him, he represents me. So whatever he feels is the same way I feel.
Cool.
But I feel like it doesn't really affect anything, because at the end of the day, it's your mind, really. So if you want to go ahead and live that life, you're the one that's making that decision to go and live that life. You get what I'm saying? Nobody is forcing you to do it. Nobody's telling you to do it. So it is all about the mindset, really.
But does it glorify it? Does it glorify it?
Yes, it does.
I think it does glorify to an extent. I think that it's more because that's what people want to hear. Because half of the rappers that actually rap about it, they don't even do that stuff, and they talk about it in interviews that they don't do that, and they're not about that life. You know, it does glorify it, and that might be unfortunate, but you know, that's the thing, is at the end of the day, like he said, it's whoever, you know, everybody has their own state of mind, and if that person is a very weak individual, they might turn to that type of thing, you know. But it just depends at the end of the day on that specific individual.
So Shaquille, is it about the money? I mean, as a manager, is that what it's about?
Yeah, it's always going to be about the money when it comes to rapping. We all know that. There's what genre you go to, everybody's thinking about the money. They may not show it as far as in their songs, but, you know, times change, of course. Another thing I have to say is, I think a lot of people, as far as the trapping and, you know, whatever the case is, drugs, money, I think a lot of times is people just like the thrill to hear, hey, this person did that or that person did this. I don't think they actually like, for say, hey, doing all the killings or whatever the case is. They just like to hear the story. And a lot of people tune in for stories. That's why movies are so popular. You know, people go to the movie theater all the time. Right. But the case is they're just turning it into a song. So when you really think about it, I mean, that's what goes on. And it's sad to say some people actually do go through all the things they speak. And, you know, that's why they're at today, because a lot of times people don't realize, you know, you got to go through a lot before you actually break down and finally make it, you know. It's just so many times people they give up on, they're so close to actually making it and they give up. And it's sad, but it happens a lot. So, I mean, what I have to say for as far as that, you know, you just got to go ahead and keep going, and you put in what you want, you know. At the end of the day, like you said, mindset. It's really all it is, all for that.
So now let me ask you guys this, and you may or may not be in politics. Obviously, I got a couple gray hairs, right? So there is, y'all didn't have to laugh at that. All right, but so right now we see a political climate in this country that's hardcore. We got people on this side and people on that side.
Yep.
How do you guys, as millennials, how do you receive what's happening politically, And how does that reflect in your music?
You mean by like racism or something like that?
Racism, the divided political points of view, all that
I
stuff.
don't pay no mind to it because we all humans at the end of the day. You know, if somebody feels some type of way, that's their feelings. I don't care about it. You feel me?
Okay.
I actually made a song about like segregation at one time, but then some of my friends said not to release it because people wouldn't want to hear that. But you know, I think it's important to. I do think it's important for people in our industry to talk about it, especially because I feel like it targets us more than some other demographics. So it is important, and I think it's really, really important for people who are established already to talk about it, because if people who are established talk about it, then the rest just kind of follows.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, and we've seen it. The entertainment industry is very welcoming generally of diverse points of view, diverse lifestyles. I mean, we see it with the Academy Awards recently. The Grammys were on. Any thoughts about the Grammys and what took place with any of that? Did you all feel
I
that?
haven't had time to watch the Grammys. I've been so busy. Like, we've been all busy, like working on our music and stuff. But yeah, we hope to be there one day.
Well, there you go. Well, I heard Ikandi just a little while ago. She was like, "Well, I hope I didn't miss anybody that I was thanking." You know, so that's all about the Grammys.
We'll be there soon, though. We'll be there soon.
There we
Working
go.
hard for that.
So guys, I'm enjoying the conversation, but we're pushing up against our first commercial break. We're going to bring in a few of your comrades here, your partners in arms, right? But how do folks connect to you? Tell us how they can reach you guys. First of all, how about the freshmen? How do they reach the freshmen?
Oh well, we on the gram as Freshman Entertainment. That's the freshman Instagram, and you can also check us on Twitter, which is Freshman Duo, and Facebook. We got our Facebook page is Freshman Entertainment, and also this is King Lima on Instagram. You can go and say yours, but mine is Fresh Dezo. The way you pronounce it, Fresh Dezo, it's FRESHDA, Zo as Haitian, ZOE.
All right.
That's my Instagram, and yeah.
Well,
I mean to cut you off, bro, right? But it wasn't, you know, I mean King Lima, it's King P Lima, you know. Word.
King
Okay.
Lima. Okay,
Okay,
we
I was
got
about to say.
that right. All right. And
I was
how
about to say,
do they reach out to you, Miss Ikandi, luscious Ikandi, right?
yeah, I'll spell it out because nobody could spell it till this day. So
Yes.
on Instagram, IG, it's Ikandi licious, IKANDILICIOUS. And on Twitter, I don't get on Twitter as much, but I have to start doing that more. It's I'm the real Ikandi. And Facebook, it's Ikandi. It's just Ikandi. You should Google it and it'll come up. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. And Shaquille, I know you're moving around the country. You're connecting with new artists. How do folks connect to you?
I go ahead and say for Instagram _the THE outro OUTRO _. The reason why I have it like that is I look at things outside. Not every time it has to be, necessarily inside, people, it gets very confusing, but as far as that, you could go ahead and just follow me there. That's perfectly fine.
Awesome. So folks, you've been listening to the Synergy Radio Network.
I don't mean to cut you, but I just want to make the people know, like, freshman is with an A, not with an E.
Okay.
So freshman, whenever you're spelling it, it's freshman with an A, because a lot of people spell it with an E.
So
Especially when it's two of them.
So fresh man, not
Yeah.
freshman.
Yeah.
All right, we got you, brother.
Yes.
All right, duly noted. Folks, you've been listening to the Synergy Radio Network. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to meet some more new and up-and-coming artists. Exciting time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment.
We are all on a journey to master our future business family relationships. Ready to unlock unproductive behaviors? This is Chrysoloris Jackson. I am a certified John Maxwell coach and neuro-linguistic practitioner. Join me for my new show, Mastermind Hour, every Thursday at 11 a.m. here on the Synergy Radio Network. Remember, growing is not a goal, but a lifelong process that starts with intention.
Hill Pro Floors, we stock a huge selection of carpet. You can buy it today, and you can get it today. With over 20 years experience, we do it all. Carpet, laminates, tiles, and hardwoods. We carry popular name brands. We have the largest selection at unbeatable prices. We specialize in residential apartment and commercial installs. Plus, when you get it today, you can have it installed tomorrow. Get the best floors for less and get it today. Hill Pro Floors on Greenbrier in Stratford.
Synergy Studios offers a 3,500 square foot facility that allows you to do your show before a live studio audience. Ready to take your brand to the next level? Then join the Synergy Network.
Connect with the Synergy Network at sales@synergynetwork.com or give us a call at 281-892-2023.
In 2011, for the first time in history, there were more mobile phones than people in the U.S. If you're a small business owner and you do not have a mobile app, you are losing customers to your competition. I can help you connect to more customers today with your own customized mobile app. This is Darrell Norton.
We are back. You are listening to Synergy Radio here on the Synergy Radio Network. This is Oscar Hines, and I am in-house today with some amazing artists, music artists that are up and coming. I'm excited to have you all here. We just had some of your comrades talking a little bit, and now we get to introduce a whole new crew. So we got, that's right, we got DJ DeMiles right here, right? We got Deuce, is that right?
Deuce,
and then we have Louie.
What's going on, everybody?
All right, man, gentlemen, it is great to have you in. So why don't we start, DJ, over here? Tell us where you're from and what your art is, what you do.
I'm originally from Springfield, Illinois, and I moved to Oregon about a year ago. So I'm in Oregon now. I'm a producer. I make beats. I've been doing it since I was like 16, man. So I do like a lot of hip hop beats, R&B, pop, trap, trap soul. Still got some, still got to work on some stuff, but
He's being so modest.
Yeah, but I'm getting there.
All right, so he's saying you're a bad dude already. That's what he's saying.
He's got this this drum pad, man, at the house, man, and he just does so much on it, man. I'm like, man, I was like, how'd you learn all that? You know, he's good. He's a beast, man.
That's awesome. So let's talk to the Deuce right here. So
Yes,
introduce
sir.
yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Deuce Ellis. I was originally born in Buffalo, New York. Shout out to the 716. Grew up between there and Brooklyn. We lived in Hawaii for a year and a half where I was really dedicated to learning. I've been rapping, all my life, but I wanted to play more instruments, read and write more music, and just be able to produce and go ground up. So for whatever reason, we moved to Hawaii for a year and a half and got away from like everything mainland America. And then, we came back to be around opportunity. And so we're out in LA right now, but it's been a blessing being here in the H-Town and getting all this love and this vibe and this good food. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the shout out, man. You know, somebody that lived in Brooklyn. Hey, there's some good food in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Now Buffalo.
No, that's where the buffalo wing.
Oh, that's where the buffalo wings come from.
If you go there, you don't go and you don't go and ask for buffalo wings because they're gonna know that you're from out of town. You go and you ask for wings.
There you go. There you go.
You get the best wings you ever had in your life.
Like you don't go to France and ask for French fries.
Exactly. There you go.
I'm not sure. Just let me get some fries.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, and Louie, tell us about you.
What's going on, man? My name is Louie. I'm originally from New Mexico. Las Cruces is a very small town. Right now, I'm located in Arizona. Like I said, yeah, definitely a pleasure being here. I am an R&B artist. I do have, projects coming out, and I do have music coming out. It just takes a little bit time.
Tell them about your covers, man. Those are incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, no, as far as that, I'm definitely just working on my music. It's a lot of art that's being put into it, a lot of inspiration. So, what I hope to do is once it releases, have people inspired by it and just certain life events that have taken place that people can correspond to it and stuff like that, So I'm very, very excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I asked the other group this, and I want to ask you guys the same question. A lot of times we go through struggles. We go through challenges. What are some of the big obstacles you've had to overcome to get where you are right now?
I don't know. Go ahead and start it, Deuce.
I think definitely for me, it's definitely been quite a bit of an investment, especially a lot of dedication, a lot of time, and just, not giving up on certain stuff. There's certain stuff that happens while you're chasing your dreams and stuff like that can definitely just be so easy to knock you down, but you just got to keep that, positivity and, it definitely helps being surrounded by positive people, as far as that. But I mean, just persevere, man. That's definitely one thing for me,
Keep on the grind until you shine.
Right,
I love it.
right.
I love it. What about you, Deuce? What do you say?
Like as a kid, our parents would want us to do like safe jobs instead of like an art-based job or a creative-based job. And, you think about like, I wanted to be an attorney. I could go to law school and then there'd be like a place that from school would kind of take me under their wing and guarantee that like I get a certain income. But there's a risk involved with like a creative passion because there's no like school that you graduate to that guarantees you. And I think that's what really made us people who aren't of brittle spirit is because we went out and we understood that everything that we would ever have in this world, we would create, we would take, we would earn. And when we had it, though, nobody could take it from us. So.
I like that, man. Love that. DJ?
Yeah, man. It's just the time. I gave up everything. But I knew I could do it. I went through so much in my life, and it was just like I wasn't going to give it up. So no matter what I had to do, I was going to do it. You know what I mean? So because I know if I stick with it and work hard, man, it's going to take me places. So I cannot give up, man. I cannot. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot, man. I ended up quitting my job. My girlfriend, man, she's a big supporter. She's like my best friend, man.
That's awesome. I thought you were going to say she left you. I was going to say, dude,
no, man. She supports me, man, 110%. So she, I couldn't have done it without her, man. So, she made sure that, I am where I am today. So
that's awesome. That's
She'll
awesome.
Be around for the riches.
There you go. She's invested, right? She's invested in you right now. She's like, you know what? This man's going to pay off, right? So I'm liking that. So the world of beats, that's kind of an interesting space because the right riff under music makes the song.
Yeah.
True?
Right, yes.
I've rapped and like been just like, the vocal artist for like the first, I'd say half of my career. And then at some point, I had a falling out with my producer. And we had a great relationship, and we were in Chicago, and there was a girl he wanted, and she liked me better, and he didn't want to make my beats no more. And I was like, damn, you mean to tell me I would lose everything if somebody said they didn't want to make my beats? And I understood that that's actually what people respond to first. Like, there's so many times where people would be like, yo, the artist is whack, but this beat is banging. And I was like, man, if I'm not a whack artist and my beats are banging, does that mean I could own the world? So, yeah, beats are everything.
Wow.
Not everything. I mean, because words change the way people think.
Yeah, a lot of times when people listen to music, man, they don't ever listen to the beat. It's the lyrics. So but you gotta have a beat to have lyrics. So
Yeah.
you know, you got to put it together right.
I don't know. You know, I hear some people, they have different takes on that because some people hear the beat before the lyrics, you know. But so I'll share this with you real quick. And most people, you look at me, you're like, oh, this is like my dad, this guy. I'm like a cool dad, first of all. I'm like a salsa dancing like beast, okay?
I was going to say my favorite uncle.
Yeah, I like that. Well, you know, so I'm from Costa Rica originally. So I'm a Spanish guy that looks like a black guy that talks like a white guy that smells like an Asian guy.
Yeah.
But check this out, and this is a true story. You talk about New York. I actually started in 1976, Bronx, New York. And I'm one of the original, and you're not going to believe me, but I'm telling you, I'm one of the original guys that invented scratch music. You know, that whole suku, 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 suku.
Okay.
I was one of those guys because what we figured out is that, you know, they have that felt on the turntable back in the day.
Yeah.
If you put an old 78 record underneath that, and you pull back that 33, when you let it go, it's spinning at 33 RPMs.
Right.
So when you let that beat go, you can cut it. And so I started learning that. I practiced it, and I was the imperial master. I showed, and I'm not kidding, I showed Grandmaster Flash, I showed Africa Bambaataa, and Melly Mel. Those guys were all part of my contemporaries. So I got a little street cred.
Let me shake those hands that help shape hip hop, man. That help shape the sound I grew up to.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you. So now let me ask you guys, your message to your peers, right? And especially as a lyricist, and you're singing Louie R&B as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel a responsibility to share a positive message, to share life experiences? What inspires you inside that space to do what you do? What's your messaging?
Honesty, and sometimes maybe it's not like you don't. And I don't think anybody intends to inspire when they do something that's inspirational. Like the guy with the broken leg who gets up and plays the game isn't like, I'm playing this game to inspire people. They're doing it because the adrenaline and the desire to win is in them. So like when I write a song, I'm not sitting thinking, you know, I hope kids are inspired. I'm sitting thinking like I'm trying to be the greatest, or I'm trying to express like my honesty. And if I give all my honesty and all my truth, then the end result is usually that people are inspired. But that's not my job. You know what I mean? My job is just people going to be inspired by what they see and what they take. And if I'm great and I do my greatness, then that usually is a byproduct. But it's not the goal, I don't think.
That's a great answer. Louie, what are your thoughts? What inspires you? How do you flow?
I mean, honestly, it's just like there's certain life events where just everybody goes through. There's just so much that anybody can go through, and there's certain people that are afraid to speak their mind. And within me, it's just I feel like what I will be doing would be speaking it through music, and it's like. Like he said, it's not your job to inspire people, but I definitely want to have that inspiration, and I want to be a legend and leave my mark within this world, within the R&B industry, or within the R&B category, you know what I'm saying? As far as that, you know, if I, pass away or something like that, I definitely want to leave something behind to where people, can always revert back and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely want to inspire people. If I don't, that's fine, but, at the end of the day, I definitely want them to get that message and be like, you know what I'm saying? So that way they're able to do, because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take life events and make something out of it and make my dreams come true. What they can do is they can make something out of that and make whatever their dreams, what they want to do and pursue within their life. So I definitely think that, it comes a long way. So.
Okay, cool. So Shaquille, let's get you back in the mix here. When you think about some of the different artists that you've worked with, you've seen them go through their struggles. You've seen them go through their challenges. Your job is to breathe life, right? Help them breathe life into their dreams. What are some of the key things that you do to make that possible?
I really believe as far as letting them know that you truly believe in them, because there comes times where, they feel like they're stranded out on the island, and you just have to reassure, hey, I'm there. And you just have to have their back also. There's so many times, it's like I said, a lot of artists get thrown away, and you wonder what happened to them. And a lot of times it could be the managers. The managers just end up forgetting about them, or they sign somebody else and like, oh, hey, that's not anybody. I believe everybody could be a gold piece. At the end of the day, their struggle defines them. So if they didn't have a struggle, I'd like to say a lot of times they wouldn't really be where they are today. because every artist has a certain way they do something, and as far as making songs, that's the reason why, you know. And at the end of the day, I just believe you have to really believe in your artist and show them that you actually mean it, not just, hey, I'm saying it. You know, at the end of the day, it really shows when you actually do it.
Outstanding. Right. So DJ, you expressed just now, I felt it in you just a minute ago. You were talking about some pain, some sacrifice that you went through. And what Shaquille says is that your success comes from your pain.
Yeah.
Can you share with us something that moved you like that?
It's my beats. I make them like, that's because like I'm not an artist, so I express my feelings and everything that I went through in life through beats. And when because like I already have an idea in my head when I go to make a beat, and then and then it'll, like, as I'm going, it, like, once I'm finally done with it, it's just like I can think back of like that moment I felt, that struggle I felt when I hear my beats, and then when I get to show an artist, I'm like, okay, so check this out. This beat means, you know, blah blah blah, you know, how I felt and struggles and stuff like that, just to get an idea for the artist, and then they'll be like, okay, yeah, I can feel that, you know, and then that's where we start, you know. But yeah, man, that's how I do it, man. Beats. If I could like sing, you know, I could probably express a little more, you know. But I'm not Louie, you know.
Okay. So a lot of it is about coming from your pain. What about you, Deuce? What has been some of your challenge and struggles?
Well, one thing, the most inspirational thing you could do is get rich. So I think that's probably the best way that I can like inspire people is to, what do they say? If you're born poor, that's your fault. But if you die, it's not your fault if you're born poor. But if you die poor, then that's on you. So to come from nothing and then to take the mental alchemy, to take all the pain and to use that instead of an excuse to stay down, and take that as like, yo, because I survived this, because I know I can get through this, then there's really no reason why I can't keep marching forward and getting my dreams and getting, you know, the big dollars and the big deals. And like even earlier, you know, I like drive Lyft to make money on the side, and some passengers got in the car and I was just playing my music, and they had a genuine appreciation for it. And to see like complete strangers hear your music, love it, and want more from you in moments, especially when you may be doubting your craft or doubting where your craft will take you. It's things like that like keep you going. And you got to remember, like, no one's going to put that engine in you except you. And, you know, sometimes the manager helps maintain that engine so that you can go stronger. But as long as you never let the pain be an excuse for why you can't go for it, and more so let it be a reason why you keep going for it, then I don't think you'll ever be defeated.
You know, and I like to say on that, like he was saying, a lot of times people actually paralyze themselves because of what pain happened in the past. You know, 40 years pass and they go their whole life and they stop themselves from living their dreams just because of what happened. Mm-hmm. And, you know, truly, if you could get past that, it makes you stronger. And whatever comes now, you know, it may not be the best, but at the end of the day, at least you know you took something. You're able to actually come back from something. And you just got to keep going.
Yes. I thought it was poetic. You called it mental alchemy. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, so they say fear, right? False evidence appearing real.
Exactly.
You know, you start buying into that. So, Louie, let me ask you this question. You come from as a young Hispanic male, breaking into R&B.
Right.
That's not necessarily
right.
¿Qué pasó, chingao? All right,
Don't worry, man. I'll put some Spanish records out soon.
You're gonna play a little something. So you were pushing against the grind a little bit, right? Yeah. Tell us about that struggle and what you had to face.
I mean, I think you know what I'm saying? What I plan to do, actually, I definitely do plan on actually using, you know, my culture to putting into certain music. I mean, you know, that's a great question. But I mean, I think it's just hard because, you know, I think that a lot in the industry, they try to put you under a certain category, you know, for example, like if you're Hispanic or, you know, certain stuff like that. It's like, you know, why aren't you doing Spanish music, you know, or something like that. And it's just kind of like you could be, and even if you're, you know, you're a rapper and you speak Spanish, it's kind of, they're gonna be like, why aren't you rapping for Spanish music?
Or reggaeton.
You know, reggaeton, or, you know, something like that. But you know, I think I can. I mean, I'm gonna try to do both, and actually, that's something that I feel like would be, you know, that would stick out in me, you know, as an R&B artist, would be using my culture, and you know, definitely expressing myself through it. And honestly, I'm actually very excited because I definitely do. I've been thinking about that, and don't worry, I'm gonna definitely put that into my music. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, outstanding. Well, gentlemen, we're just about at the close of this segment. Want to ask you all to share with our listeners how they can connect with you. DJ DeMiles, how do they connect with you?
You can go to my Instagram. It is at MBP, stands for Motivational Beats Productions. So it's MBP_Miles, MILES. Or you can go to SoundCloud.com/Motivational Beats Productions. Twitter. I gotta look that one up.
Well,
go ahead, Deuce.
We're good. How about you, Deuce? How do they get in touch?
We'll keep it real simple. Follow me on the gram, Deuce Ellis, DEUCE ELLIS, all lowercase, all one word. And if you follow me today, I'll follow you back. That's real. Snapple facts.
You can go ahead and just follow me. It's very simple. THE, Real Louie with an extra E. You know, the Real Louie on any social media. And yeah, go ahead and check out my SoundCloud. It's also the same thing. I know right now I do have, you know, covers. I know that's something that, you know, a lot of people don't want to hear.
His
but
covers are
don't worry,
amazing.
I definitely have a lot of projects and a lot of art that I will be publishing out very, very soon. So
play his covers. Play his covers.
Play his covers. All right. How about you, Shaquille?
What I got is the outro _THEOUTRO_. And, you know, there you go. Follow me. Keep contact. Let's make something.
Yes, indeed. Well, I want to just thank you, gentlemen. This has been an amazing conversation. You've inspired me. I love to see what you guys are doing. It's amazing to see this next generation that's focused, that's ambitious. Want to encourage you all to keep encouraging your peers because, hey, it's all about lifting somebody else up. Right. So, folks, you guys keep doing what you're doing. Listeners, I want you to share this information, share these great conversations we've had with these amazing artists. We're going to see you guys. When you all blow up, you're going to come back and visit us, right? At the Synergy Radio Network. You're going to throw us a little love.
Right. You're still going to answer my calls.
There we go.
What's crazy,
have your people
real quick,
people.
What's crazy, man, is we're all from, you know, different parts of the state, you know, or the country, and we all came together. And it's crazy how it all happened and like how it all worked out because everyone is so talented, dude. You know what I mean? And like we're all together and like we share ideas. You know, now we can stay in touch. You know, we can work on shit.
You gotta come have dinner with us.
Hey,
we had all the girls cooking, man.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like a plan. Now, Louie, we got to show them how to salsa dance, man. Okay, all right. So, folks, you've been listening to the Synergy Radio Network here on Synergy Radio. We want to thank you all for coming out.
Definitely.
Thank you for this incredible conversation. Continued love and success, my dear brothers. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep on the grind and let it shine. Thank you so much, Shaquille. Thank you for having these fine brothers come out here to Synergy Radio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.